Hey, what's going on YouTube? Hiker Dave here. I found this a few months back. I was here the day before and it wasn't here. I came back here the next morning and this was snapped, fresh, brand new. And I'm revisiting some of this stuff a little bit, and I want to talk about nature. Nature is not selective. When I see this, I see a sapling break like this. I know that it didn't happen naturally because I was here the day before. We had no bad weather. So this happened overnight. And I come here the next day and there it is, snapped. And I've been taking notes and keeping a log of the direction of these things. So when I say nature is not selective, if nature is snapping these saplings, and there's another little one here, little snap right there. Snow load does this sometimes, okay? I know that snow load will break branches and stuff like that. But there's a part of this particular state forest that I'm in that has no sign like this, zero. It's a peninsula type area surrounded on three sides by water. And that means whatever, right? I'm just saying. What I don't see tells me just as much about an area as what I do see. When I go into an area and I can hike for, I've been in state forests where there's not one single sapling break. There's not one single tree lean. There is absolutely no sign. Here's another one. Again, a sapling, snapped. This one's about 7 feet up in the air. I only just walked 30 feet, guys. Okay, these facing the same exact direction as the other break. All facing, these happen to be facing northwest. And whatever. I'm speaking of things that these anomalies, or whatever you want to call them, these sapling breaks, they should be all over the forest. When I see them like that, they should be kind of scattered everywhere, right? And I can walk down a trail, this particular trail, and count 4 or 5. And right next to it, I'll find another tree just as big, just as thick around, just as vulnerable as the other sapling snapped right next to it. Why is that? A person could do it, yes, but I want to say, on a sapling like that, here's another one. Guys, I've only walked 50 feet. Look it, there's another one right there. How come this one right next to it, just the same size? Why is that not snapped? Now that's facing southeast. That is the common denominator for these sapling breaks. There's one. Why isn't this one broken? So you say, well, Dave, somebody could come through and break that. Well, I'm going to tell you right now. You try it. You try snapping a tree the size of your wrist. I suppose what you could do is climb this little sapling and climb to the top, the 15 feet up, and hang off of it and snap it. I guess you could do that. In my humble opinion, I'm going to say that is not natural, first of all. And why are they in some areas and not in other areas? Oh boy, look at that cobweb. Woohoo! I'm glad I didn't walk into that. So I'm going to follow this trail and just show you guys an example. I'm going to pause the video because I want to show you this area. And I don't know if I will or not. I wanted to make a part 2 and travel to the other side of the state forest and show you there's nothing like that in that area. How can that be? Are you going to tell me that nature decided to snap some saplings and make some tree leans or stick leans in just one part of the park and not the other? No way. No way, Jose. So just bear with me for a minute. I just showed you 3 sapling breaks in a 50, 60 foot part of a trail. So I'll be right back. So I've got a stick lean here, a branch lean. This is what I call a branch lean. This branch right here leaning up against this sapling. Now, it could have come from this tree, and you have to do that. If you're a researcher or an enthusiast and you're going out looking for sign, when you see a branch lean like that, you have to look up and say, okay, it could have come from that tree. If you don't do that, then you're doing a disservice to yourself, because you're going to start to talk yourself into thinking that everything you see around you, every little tree lean and stick lean, you think, oh, look, and there's another one, there's another one. You can't do that. Okay, there's another sapling break right there. Let me zoom in on that so you guys can get a look at it. That is also facing south-southeast. Right there. Another sapling break. I am on the same trail as when I started this video. I'm probably only 100 yards down the trail. This one is new to me. This one's right across the trail. This one faces south, north, northwest. That's actually mostly north. But look at that, guys. That break is about probably 12 feet up. And I don't recall seeing that last week when I was here down this trail. And yet, there it is. Snapped sapling. That tells me, in my findings and what I have come to learn out here, that is sign. A Sasquatch snaps that, leans it in a direction either that he's traveling or a direction that he came from. Let me move on. I bet you anything I find more. As a matter of fact, I know I will, because I know this trail. That was brand new. That sapling break I've never seen. And I was just out here, what day? I forget what day it was. It was raining out and I came out here. But there's that other sapling break I zoomed in on, right up on that hill, right up there. Okay, can you see that asterisk looking little type design right there? Okay, so that, something like that I should see often, right? If that's nature, a natural occurrence, I should see that. Not just here, I should see stuff similar to that all over the place, right? Again, nature is not selective. I should see stuff just like that all over the place. And again, in a part 2 of this subject, you're going to see the absence of. And I think what I'm going to do with that part 2 video is there'll be no pausing. So that way, it's not like if I see something, I can pause the camera and walk past it so as to prove my point, or so it could go along with my narrative. Just so you know, I'm still on the same trail. I've got this pond to my right, and I parked right down there. I just saw a car drive by the parking area. This is still everything I've shown so far. I think this might be 150 yards. So just so you guys know, I'm on the same trail. I'm not showing you sapling breaks and tree leans and stuff that are miles apart. So here is a sapling break here, a small break that I can explain. Okay, this long, big, huge branch fell maybe from this down tree here or something. But I can see where this break got pinched from this big old limb right here, right? Fell and pinched this sapling break and that's what broke it. That's what I mean by look at it, investigate it, open your mind, look for how it happened. I'm pretty sure you guys understand what I'm talking about, but this is what I mean. I see that now. I looked at it. I said, okay, I can explain that. I see how that broke. And there's another one right in front of me. I am still following that same trail next to this lake or pond. I think it's called Big Bear Hole. And look at this one. Again, that's about 7 feet up, and that's a big one. That's the size of my arm, and that's a big break. Again, facing. I know you're not here and you can't tell. This is facing south-southeast. Right in the direction of Cape Cod is right down this area. The other breaks that go north-northwest, they head just opposite, like this, right up into the White Mountains of New Hampshire. I'm going to probably stop the video here just because, again, I've only walked probably 200 yards down this one trail and showed you guys all of the sapling breaks. Okay, they're that close together. So, part 2. I don't know when I'll come out with it because it's totally on the other side of this forest. I don't know if I'll get down that way today, but I will, without a doubt, show you a part 2 video of no sign in an area. None. I mean, that to me is just as telling as all of these sapling breaks that I'm finding and tree leans. But the sapling breaks, mostly, is what I concentrate on in this area. Thank you guys so much for clicking. I got a serious uphill climb right up in front of me, and I'll definitely see you guys on the next one.